acting a fool, but we're gonna get it fixed. There we go. Now we are back on. With that being said, man, hope everybody's having a good day today. My day's been alright. My day's been pretty chill, pretty regular, average day in a regularly scheduled program, you know. With that being said, let me know how your guys is, Yo, man, these comments always get me every time. They're funny, I ain't gonna lie, they're funny, because I know they be getting some people, but man, those comments are hilarious. They're messed up, but they're hilarious. It gets me every time I see them. I just start cracking up laughing. But yeah, man, with that being said, let me know how you guys' day has been down in the comments below, whether it's been a good day, bad day, interesting day, entertaining day, productive day, whatever the case may be. We can talk about it, we can not talk about it. Don't matter to me, and I don't really care either, you know. I just say stuff like that just to sound nice, but at the end of the day, I don't care, you know. So, yeah, man. Today I seen something that was very disturbing, to say the least, that I want to talk about. It is something that should not be praised. It is something that should not be cheered upon. It's not something that should be supported at all whatsoever. Um, yeah, I see stuff like this all the time. Not all the time, but when I see stuff like this, it blows my mind. And we're gonna get into it as soon as we hit 600 likes. We're more than halfway there, but it is insane to me the amount of corruption that is actually in people's hearts, grown people's hearts, the amount of corruption that's in their hearts, their souls, whatever the case may be, their evil desires that come to fruition and that get exposed without them even realizing that they've just been exposed. It's crazy. Cream soda hits different, man. I don't think there's soda out there that hits like cream soda does. But with that being said, man, we are going to get into this topic. So there was a quote unquote religious leader. I don't know, Dalai Lama, I guess. Anyways, he was somewhere, some type of temple or church or whatever the case may be, and well, he had this kid up there standing right next to him. I don't know whose kid it was, if it was his kid or somebody else's kid. Um, Either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose kid it was. He forced the kid to literally kiss him on his lips, and then he told the kid to suck his tongue. And then whenever he after he said that, he stuck his tongue out, and the kid did it. The kid did it, man. And the worst part is, uh, look, look at all these people up in here, man, coming up in here talking about random things. You gotta love it when people don't pay attention. But the worst part about it was all the adults in the room, the parents, whatever the case may be, uh, they started clapping and they started cheering at the fact that this kid just kissed a old, like, 70-year-old, 80-year-old man, and sucked his tongue. And it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense why people would do stuff like this. It don't make no sense why people would cheer for something like this. It don't make no sense. Uh, this is a quote unquote religious leader that we're talking about here. I don't know what religion he's in. He looked like some type of monk or something, like Shaolin monk or something. I don't know. But it's crazy to me, dude. This is the type of stuff that you can't make up. This is the type of stuff that is unacceptable. This is the type of stuff that needs to be exposed immediately. Let people see what's going on behind closed doors. And this is the type of stuff that you're not going to see on the regular news outlets like CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and all that stuff. You're not going to hear about this. You ain't going to see about it because they're all complicit in it all. Everybody that has anything to do with journalism these days, or leadership, I'm going to say leadership, is all complicit with all this bullcrap. They thrive on this type of stuff. And it's a shame that we let it go. we let it slide. We let it pass by. We sweep it under the rug and say, oh, well, maybe somebody else will stand up and say something instead of being the one to do it themselves. I see so many parents, so many guardians going to school board meetings and protesting the amount of adult content that gets put in these children's books for these kids to read. And none of this stuff is getting, none of this stuff is making the news. None of this stuff is making the headlines that it needs to make to spread awareness to the fact that they're targeting children by way of the school system. And it's sad. It's a shame. It just goes to show you that they're all complicit in it all. They all like to do it. They all want to do it. It's disgusting. You can't make this stuff up. And the dude came out and apologized for doing what he did. And guess what? When you do something that is that disgusting and that just downright disturbing and perverse, an apology isn't going to cut it. At that point, you need to be either put away for life or you need to lose your life. Because people aren't just. It's not like an addiction that somebody has. You can't cure that. An addiction you can cure. Somebody who is attracted to children like that, you can't cure it. The only way you can get rid of it is by eradicating it off the face of the earth. Period. No amount of time at a psychiatrist, no amount of time at in a mental hospital is going to cure your perverse attractiveness to a child. It's not. The only way to get rid of it is to wipe it off the face of the planet. So the fact that this guy tried to clean up his act by apologizing for forcing the kid to do that, it's not going to cut it. Nowhere near close is it going to cut it. We need justice for these kids, man. And I'm telling y'all, they're targeting our children. Nobody wants to listen, but this is the truth and what's going on. They're targeting our kids. They're targeting babies. They're targeting anybody who's impressionable. I just seen a news article that said that quote unquote biology affirming care children, teenagers are coming out at a younger age more now than ever. And that's a shame. That is a shame. Kids who want to be the exact opposite of what they were made to be are coming out more now than ever. This is the society we live in. They're brainwashing our children to be an abomination, and the kids don't even know it because they're taught that it's right. There's nobody there to tell the kids, hey, no, that ain't what you're supposed to do. If you got eggs, then you're supposed to be a female. But if you got walnuts, you're supposed to be a dude. Nobody is there to tell their kids this stuff no more. Instead, it's, oh well, if you want to have eggs, well we can perform surgery to put eggs in you, or if you want to have walnuts, we can perform surgery to put walnuts on you. Instead of saying, no, this is what you are, this is what you're supposed to be, this is how you were made, suck it up and move on. There's nobody there to teach our kids what's right and wrong no more. It's all been diluted. It's all been distorted. Reality has become distorted and diluted and dumbed down. We're all becoming more and more dumbed down by the more bull crap that goes on in society, which is a shame. But at the end of the day, we're the ones that let it happen because we let it slide first. We let the swinging the other way slide. We let that slide. We let people start swinging like Tarzan. And then we allow people to start, transforming into something that they're not supposed to be. And now we're allowing them to target children. The responsibility at the end of the day falls back on the people and the parents for not doing what they're supposed to do in the beginning and say, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. So yeah, people will sit here and try to say, oh, well, the government this, the government that, they're pushing this, that. No, The news is putting out. No, see, they wouldn't be pushing nothing. They wouldn't be forcing nothing if we didn't allow them to. But we sit back and we allow them to because we live in a society now where everyone's accepted. That's where we went wrong. That's where we went wrong by accepting the idea that everybody can be accepted. By accepting that idea, we have now accepted the fact that people can transform into whatever they feel like they identify as. Oh, well, I'm a human being, but really I identify as a tree. No, I think I identify as a rock. Tomorrow I'm going to identify as a fox. I think I'm going to identify as a frog. That's the society we live in nowadays. And that's why everything is so messed up, and that's why they target our children. Well, they said, you know what, they said that they'll accept us, so let's try and target their children now. They'll accept that, and guess what? They accepted it. People accepted it. They accepted the targeting of children. And that's a shame. With that being said, man, don't let nobody target your kids. The only protected that y'all kids got on this earth is you as their parents or their sibling. And it's your duty, and it is your God-given obligation to protect your children and other people's children when they are in danger, and you see it. You're supposed to help your neighbor out. You're supposed to help other kids out whenever you see the fact that they need help. If you turn a blind eye, you are a part of the problem. And with that being said, I'm going to get up on out of here. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know, and I'll be right back for the next episode. Deuces.